Yo, what's up, guys? It's Young Devyn, and I'm off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
Look, decisions. Top on the top missing. Flex to them, one just miss them. Ayy, cooking that heat, no kitchen.
All right, so we got the baby goat,
Yes.
Young Devyn, jumping off the porch with us today.
How you doing?
I'm feeling great. How about yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited. It's crazy to just be doing things that I see on YouTube.
Really?
Like all my favorite artists. So yeah, I'm
Nice,
excited.
Nice. Nah, you lit right now, so
You
I'm
think
excited for this too.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, and you got a crazy story. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate you coming by today.
Thank you.
No problem. So what else you got planned here in Atlanta? You just on a promo run? You out there recording? What else you got?
Yeah, I'm about to do a show with Hot 107.9 tomorrow.
Okay.
It's dope. I'm super excited. It's me. What's the name of the show again? You said what?
You're doing Birthday Bash.
Birthday Bash. Yeah.
That's a big thing
Yeah.
here in Atlanta.
Yeah, so that's gonna be legendary. I'm excited. You know, giving that New York flavor, that New York energy, and just moving around in Atlanta, going to the studio, getting acclimated with everybody.
Okay. How do you like the vibes here, and
I
how does
like
it compare
it.
to back at home in Brooklyn?
I like it. I just landed today, so it's like as soon as I landed, I put makeup on, got dressed, and I started moving around. But it's been dope. I've been to Atlanta a few times, so and every
Okay.
time I'm here, I love the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, Atlanta's lit, man.
Yeah, it's lit.
You get do they treat you with love?
Of course.
You get a lot of support
Of
down
course.
there too?
I done partied in Atlanta. I done performed in Atlanta. I done clubbed. Like it's been a great time, and I have family in Atlanta too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know strangers. in
Yeah.
this thing. All right. So Brooklyn. What part of Brooklyn are you from originally?
I'm from East New York,
Okay.
and then I moved to Canarsie for a little bit. So it's like it's like East New York and Canarsie.
Okay. So what's the culture like up there? How would you describe like Brooklyn, East New York to someone that's never been there before?
It's definitely like it's just like a melting pot. You're gonna get so many different types of experiences because it's so many different cultures. And New York is not a place where everything is like scattered out,
Yeah.
like in everybody's own outskirts. Like yeah, everybody might have their own community, but no, like it'll be like a Spanish store. The next door will be like a halal store. Then the next door will be like a. So it's beautiful, like to just see all the different cultures, and you know, it gives you thick skin. It gives you tough skin. It's so many people that's like so many different energy, so many different types of vibes, but I love it. Like it's a part of my personality. It's made me who I am today. Like just me being from Brooklyn and just the things that I've experienced being in Brooklyn, like it's just made me more like on point. It's made me more like just, you know, well, self-aware, I would say.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, like you said, it's very diverse
Yes.
too. You're gonna meet people from all
all
over the
over.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, how would you describe your childhood? I understand you've been making music for a long time.
Yeah, my childhood was crazy. It started off me being in New York, and then I started going back and forth between New York and Trinidad.
Okay.
I was doing music. I started doing music at 8 years old. I was singing soca, and because my family's from Trinidad, and that's a Caribbean-based genre. So I ended up getting really big in soca. Like you could go on YouTube and see me performing at 8, 9, 10 years old, like in front of 30,000 people, just performing. And you know, I always was very ambitious when it came to the capacity where soca could reach because it doesn't have its own genre. And you could be huge in like an island and then come to New York and walk down the street and nobody would know you. Like it's real. So once I realized that, as I got older in my career, and not really too much older, like probably at like 11,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna be the artist that is gonna, you know, bridge soca music together with the mainstream world, because it's like I'm genuinely from Brooklyn and I'm genuinely from Trinidad, so I can do that.
Yeah.
And I just found a way to find that common medium to do that. But yeah, my childhood just consisted of tour, performing, traveling, Trinidad, New York culture. But it's crazy. It's wild. Like I got to experience like 3 different childhoods in one. Like I got to
wow.
experience the New York City childhood. I got to experience a Trini kid childhood, and I got to experience like a superstar kid childhood. So
No, that's lit. Like, did anyone else in your family make music? How'd you get
no,
into
like
this?
I was the first person to like take this thing professional. Like everybody in my family is very musically inclined though. Like my mom could sing, my grandmother could sing, all of her 7 other sisters could sing. Like I grew up in a household where they'll be walking around and my aunts will be harmonizing with each other. And that was before I even knew what a harmony was. I could just identify it because they would be doing it naturally. So I always had like a musically inclined family, but no, I was kind of the first person to just take it like serious and make something of myself with it.
Yeah. who were some of your musical influences? Who like really inspired you back then and be like, I want to try that?
Yeah, well, when it came to soca music, I was just really inspired by the people that I was around, and it just so happened I was around like the top people like Masha Montano and Bungie Garlin and all these names that when you think of soca, these are the names that they're gonna call. I was like their close protege, so I get to see Marshall rehearsing and he's screaming at his team, or like he's hugging me and we crying backstage, and then he's going on stage and putting on an amazing 3-hour high energy show. So those are the things that inspired me. And then when I started rapping, it was Nicki. Like she was the first rapper that like it clicked, like a metaphor ever even clicked for me. And I'm like, yeah, I want to try that. Like I want to sound like that. I want to sound that smart. And then I just started.
Yeah. So when you first started like rapping,
Yeah.
what would your parents think? Like, go for this, or?
It was crazy because like, especially given of how much of a high volume I reached in soca, nobody would ever think that I would switch.
Yeah.
Because it's like, why would you? Like you have everything that you want. You have all these kid fans. You could go in Trinidad and you could shut it down. Like, why would you switch and start over? But that was the point of it. Like that was always going to be the sacrifice that I would have made. And so it's like, I always used to say it when I was younger, to the point where when I started rapping, nobody ever questioned it. They kind of just embraced like, okay, this is where she's going with it. Because I never even thought that I was going to be a rapper.
Really?
Like I thought I was probably going to like sing R&B or like do like pop or something. And you know, I never thought that I would rap. But then when I started going through my life experiences and I fell in love with putting my life experiences in hip hop, it's like, that's when I'm like, all right, I know how I could take this global.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone that ever listens to you rap is like, she snapping.
Yeah.
She's going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what is your creative process? Do you write, or is this off the top? Is it a little combination of both? Or?
It's like well, nowadays it's really a combination of both. It started with just everything from 8 years old to now. Like any songs you've ever heard from me or seen on YouTube, anything, I've written it all. Like I've never gotten help. So I've always just like, you can hear the growth like through my music throughout the years. And it was like, before it was, I would just be writing everything. Then I started getting to the point now where it's like I'm in the studio so much that I don't even write anymore because I don't have the time to go home and write, that I've just been freestyling and it's been coming out fire, and it's making me try new things. It's making me feel comfortable experimenting more because I'm not going home and writing and looking for a certain type of vibe. It's like I'm just catching whatever vibe I'm hearing. So I like it. I like it.
When would you say like you make your best music then? It's when you're in a good mood, when you're pissed off?
Nah, I really make my best music like when I'm going through like the worst things. Like, and mind you, I'll make, even if the music has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, it just, I make music at a higher frequency when I'm like under a lot of pressure, or I'm going through something, or like, you know, it's weird. Like, I don't know why it happens that way, but it really does. Like, it just puts me in like a grind mode, because it's like, music has always been like my scapegoat to everything. So if I'm mad, sad, happy, I'ma just write about it, or I'ma just record it, and you know.
Yeah. And you were still in school during this whole time, right?
Yeah, I was in school the whole time. From 8 to 17, I was in school the whole time.
So were you like the popular kid in school?
Of course.
Did people know?
Of
like,
course. I was like that kid in school. But then it's like, once everybody kind of got acclimated, because after a couple of years, it's like, well, we're not going to keep doing this. Like, you're not going to keep telling me every year, that's Young Devyn. We know this. I've been in this school for like 3-4 years now. So, because I was at the same school from 6th grade all the way to 12th grade. So they seen me from like being a little child soca star to seeing me starting to rap, towards like me getting to my graduation. That's kind of when I started getting more noticed for my rapping. And then, you know, like after I graduated, I got my deal. But it's like they seen that whole transition. So I was always like that kid in school. They would always make me perform. It was just always lit.
Yeah. Was it a goal for you to finish school and be like, I'm sure you could to these where like, I'm lit. I don't need this.
Yeah, I really, you know how many times I done talk, I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. But I never want to walk around saying I never went to school. And number two, I just wanted to do it for my mom. Like, my mom always just like, just at least, you know, you got to make sure you finish school. I'm not going to let you do music if you can't finish school. So I did it.
Shout out to moms.
Shout out to mama.
Yeah. So when did you go from just freestyling to like hitting the studio and actually recording rap music then?
It was crazy because when I first started rapping, I taught myself how to engineer because I couldn't afford studio time. So I made my mom just get me a computer and a little microphone. And I built a studio in my closet, like with blankets. Like I just padded my closet with blankets, and I would just be teaching myself how to record. And so by the time I was getting to the studio now, I already kind of got the niche of how I knew how I wanted to sound, because I was recording for like 6 months on my computer, and I wish I still had like all of my first raps. And then, yeah, like a year in, I just was like, I started to save money. I started to do more shows, and I just was like just locking in all of my money to the studio, like everything. Before it would be just, you know, fun, what I want to do. Everything was going to the studio.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it was history ever since.
Did you ever get burnt out? Like, I've been doing this 10, 12 years now. Like,
yeah, you're definitely gonna have your moments where you feel burnt out. Like I did. That's a decade. That's like I've basically given the majority of my life to my career, and that could be a good or bad thing depending on who you are, because it's like music could be it has its ups, but it also has its downs. And so imagine having these ups and downs in your childhood. Like, it's not even like you're already an adult, you know how to deal with things. It's like you're learning how to grow up, and you're learning situations, and you're growing up in front of people, and you got to deal with certain things. You got to deal with business, all while you're still trying to figure out yourself as a little human being. But I love it though, because it's like molded me into who I am. So I never questioned it.
Okay. So your passion still runs deep.
It's still there. Like I be having my moments where I get burnt out and upset sometimes, but nah, like it'll never go away.
Yeah. Understood. So what was like one of the first freestyles that really went viral for you, to where you realized, all right, I'm lit with this?
My first freestyle that went viral was the first time I ever went and freestyled, like on a radio show. Like I was doing like little Freestyle Friday videos on my Instagram. That's kind of how I transitioned my audience from soca to rap, because I started doing.
Were they ready for that at the time?
No, but it was organic because I just threw it up the first week. And then the next Friday, I threw it up again, and they was rocking with it more and more. And then the third Friday, I'm like, I'm not gonna post up a video. Let me see if they're gonna notice. And they noticed, because they was commenting back on the other video like, hey, you're not gonna post another video? And then I'm like, all right. So I got like a little fan base going. So I posted a couple more freestyle videos of just me rapping on my phone, in the car, in my room, in school with some of my friends. Like, I'm gonna unarchive them on Instagram so people could see like that grind. And then bars on I-95, like they just reached out to me and they was like, yo, like you should pull up and do a freestyle. I pulled up, and because I never took myself serious as a rapper at this point. I was just Instagram freestyling. And I was like, you know what? I got nothing to lose. I'm gonna just do it. And I did it, and it did 1 million views first day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I could definitely do this.
Did that surprise you? Were you ready for that?
Hell yeah. Like, especially because like regular viral and soca viral are two different things. Now in 2022 though, soca viral is like, it's viral. Like, we get millions of views. If you look at soca songs, it has like millions of views. But back then, it wasn't that. Like, for a soca song to get 1 million views on YouTube a couple years ago, that was a big thing. That means you had a really big record. But that was only on the internet, because in real life, there's thousands of people in every single island. So clearly there's millions of people who already know the song, but numerically it was just never like that. So for me to hit such a number, and then this was my first time doing something besides what I'm used to doing, it was like a crazy experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So how did it feel when Nicki Minaj showed you some love on your freestyle?
The funniest thing is that the first time, it's like every time Nicki showed me love, something traumatic almost happened to me. Like the first time, I was in a hotel, not a hotel, I was in a train station, and I was coming from school with my friend, and I was literally looking down at my phone, and I'm like, oh my God, Nicki Minaj just liked my video. And this was when I was like in real fanatic Nicki Minaj mode. So like, imagine like the person you're super fanned out about really just likes your video of you rapping. So I'm just like, huh? And so I started running around the train station. I almost fell into the tracks. That was the first time. Then the second time when she actually like posted my video, she did like a Megatron challenge. And like my fans was bugging me, like, do the challenge, do the challenge. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Cause I just didn't wanna do every single challenge and kind of make it seem like I'm forcing for her attention. Like I wanted to just organically happen. But then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I did it. She posted it on Instagram, on her page. I was just like, what? And I remember I ran into my mother's room, I jumped over the bed, and I almost broke my arm because I landed a certain type of way. But it's like, I don't even know how to feel in those types of moments. It's like, imagine the person that made you even want to do what you're doing is acknowledging you. It's like, I don't even know how that could happen, you know? And
now you're on Rolling Loud
with her. Yeah,
so.
I know. That's going to be like a full 180 for me, like to just, because Rolling Loud is already a dream for me, and it's always been a dream. I always used to, I used to leave home from school early and just to go home, because my room and my old home had no windows. So it was just dark. So when I close my door, it's dark. So I would just be in there. Imagine a creative person in a dark room all day. You're gonna have nothing but time but imagination, and you're gonna just do whatever. So I'm in there performing at Rolling Loud. Like, I'm in the dark room, and my mother, she would be hearing my little foot jumping, and I have my little headphones on, and I'm acting like I'm performing at Rolling Loud. And I did that for like 2-3 years straight, and then the next year I was on Rolling Loud. So that kind of had already gave me like that motivation. But to know that it's like they put me on the same day as her, and then it's in New York City, it's just like that's gonna just be like a special moment in my career for myself. Like, your hard work would never go unnoticed.
Absolutely, yeah. For someone that's never seen a Young Devyn performance, what are they in store for? Energy.
Like, I don't know. I personally feel like I'm probably like one of the best performer rappers like in the game. Honestly, like without any dancers, without any stage effects, throw me a microphone and my DJ. It's a different type of time. Like, because I've been doing it for so long, it's like second nature. Like, I literally, even if you don't know who I am before the performance, by the end of the performance, you're gonna be like, yo, what's your Instagram? Like, what was that song that I heard? Because I really put on a show, so.
And you've been doing this so long, it's like
day and night.
You by now. I'm sure you probably don't even get nervous.
Nah, I really don't. I probably got nervous about 2 times in my whole life to perform.
No, that's hard right there. I saw Waka Flocka. You guys jumped on live. He gave you a nice shout out. What was your reaction when you saw that?
That was cool too, because Waka Flocka was like one of the first rappers to even like reach out to me. This was before I don't even know if this was before I even was going, or I was even going viral. I think I just was posting freestyle videos on Instagram, and he had seen one of them, and he followed me, and he was just showing me love. And then I jumped on live, and he jumped on, and he just was like shouting me out like, yo, Young Devyn, she the next one up. But that was just super random, and I was just like, I kept asking him like, how did you find out about me? He's like, Instagram, like I seen you on Instagram. And that's just crazy. And that's why I always tell people to just keep going, because you never know who's watching. Like, people, not everybody might acknowledge you, but there's people that are always watching. So eventually they'll get it and they'll acknowledge you. Like, he seen me that one time and acknowledged me, but there's probably other artists who've seen me about 10 times. So that I have never even spoken to yet. So
I think it has been really easy, like adjusting being famous, like people running up to you and recognizing you since you've been doing this for so long.
Yeah, it's like a yes and no, because it's like, that Brooklyn aspect of it. It's like being from Brooklyn, somebody running up to you, you gonna not think it's something good. So I always have like a certain type of mug face on, but I'm learning to just be more like welcoming and warming, because I know it's people who genuinely love and support me, and they respect my story. Like, a lot of people, when they come up to me, it's not just a, yo, I think you could rap, you're tough. It really be a, no, you really could rap, and I relate to everything that you're saying. So I understand, like, when I meet my fans, I gotta embrace them more, because it's like a deeper connection there. Yeah.
Straight to it. Would you say like this is the song that kind of took you from freestyle to
Straight to it was a song that just took me from just like me to who I am now, like, because it put me on like a different level, in the sense of just, I wasn't doing the drill music, I was trying to avoid it, and then something just told me to go at it, and I just did it on the freestyle. It went viral, and I'm just like, all right, let me make this a real song. So we made it a song, we shot the video, and we literally put it out like a week later. And it's like, what it did, it made my name in the city. Like, it woke my city up, like, because people seen me working for a little bit, but that it gave them like a song to the face. Like, you know how people say like, oh, we got a name to the face. Like, no, it gave a song to the face. Like, this is Young Devyn, she sings straight to it. Like, this is her stuff. Like, everywhere I would go, people would be walking up to me, yo, let me get straight to it. So it would just let me know that, okay, this was like my moment now.
Yeah. Why do you say you were hesitant to do drill music?
Because I didn't want it. I didn't want to be a part of like the oversaturation. I didn't want to be a part of the wave. But the funniest thing is that I have a drill song. I was doing drill at like in 2018, 2019, before it got like mainstream lit. But yeah, I just really didn't want to be a part of like the wave. But then I just had to realize and this is all a part of just me growing up and just growing up publicly. I had to realize you can be you on whatever you want. So you can do what's going on and what's trending, but just be you on it. Don't sound like anybody. Just sound like what would Devyn sound like on a drill beat. And once that clicked to me, I just started making them. And yeah,
because you don't have to be rapping about killing everybody.
Exactly.
And all this crazy shit.
Exactly. Or you don't even have to sound like somebody. Like a lot of these kids be trying to sound like each other, like even their voice. So it's like, yeah, once I figured out how to just make myself known in my own lane in drill, it was easy.
Yeah. The first BET Cypher that you did, what was that experience like for you? Getting, you on national TV.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I have to smoke this. The craziest thing is that the Cypher, and I always say this, the Cypher that people see publicly is not what I wrote at all. Like,
really?
Not at all. That was a freestyle. That was God saving me from embarrassing myself on TV. Because it's like, so we there. First of all, they called, I was talking to my friend literally like earlier that day, and I was just like, yo, like, I want to go to California. Like, I think I only went like one time for like a day. I was just like, I want to go to California. I want to see what it's about. My mother comes home from work, and she's like, yo, I just got an email from BET, and they want you to be in the BET Cypher and fly to California. I'm like, what? So then it was literally like the Tuesday. We flew in the Thursday. So I'm just like, they gave us the beat prior, and I'm writing to it, and I had my little rap ready to go. I'm getting there, I'm looking at the set, I'm seeing the cameras, everything moving, and then they come up to me, and they're like, hey, we need you to do the intro for your Cypher. So I'm like, oh, you want me to do the intro and memorize this intro on top of a rap that I also just wrote 24 hours ago? Okay. So, and I didn't want to be unprofessional about it because I'm like, there has to be a reason why y'all are giving me the intro. So I did it. I'm like, yo, what's up, guys? It's Young Devyn. Feeling myself. I introduce everybody. Everybody starts rapping. So they're like, you're last. I'm like, okay. So by the time I'm hearing everybody's raps now, it's like I'm zoned out because I'm like, I cannot believe I'm really here. I'm really doing this right now. This about to be on TV. I just overthought it. So when I went and I started rapping, I said like the first 2 lines, and then my brain went blank. But I'm like, you can't mess up right now. Like, you can't mess up. Like, this is your one time. And yeah, that's how that Cypher came about.
No, you smoked it too.
Thank you.
Yeah. So how did your new deal come about?
Yeah, shout out to 4th and Broadway, Def Jam. 4th and Broadway, they've been on my team since like Straight to It. Like they've been supporting me since then. They kind of is like, they just turned me up completely. I was already hustling and grinding in my city, but they turned me into like that star. Like when you turn on the radio, you hear Young Devyn, like in New York, like that's crazy. It still doesn't feel real for me, like it really doesn't. But yeah, me and 4th and Broadway latched on. It was just like a dope situation that we did last year, and I just love it. I really do love it. It's like, it's so fun. They treat me like a baby. Like, it's a great time. Like, my team is just the dopest. Like, I'm everywhere. Like, from the Barclays Center, I be sitting courtside. Like, I don't be knowing. Every week is something new, and I really act normal, but I'm really just going along with the flow. But it's a good time. And then a couple months later, we had linked up with Def Jam because, Big Dog, the tree, she moved over to Def Jam. Yep. So, linked up with the team over there, and it's been great. I've been meeting everybody. Like, they love all the music. They're excited. So, it's good to have a team who's excited about you and just as much as you are about your work.
Absolutely. It's where you can just focus. I just got to make the music. They're going to handle everything else. Yeah. All right. So you got the new single, Decisions. Yeah. Talk about the inspiration going into this.
Decisions, it's just like a really straight to the point record. First off, I just wanted to like show people that like I could switch up the high energy music. Like I could still do high energy music but on a different frequency. So people probably would be expecting like back-to-back drill, and then I hit them with like a trap record like that. So it was just a nice way to like light the streets up, light the club up. So people are loving it so far. It's just a real catchy song, just about having a decision to either stay in your environment and just be regular and corny and a hater, or just flex and be dripping the designer, get into your money and handling your business.
Nah, that's what's up. It's dope. It's a dope song too.
Thank you.
All right, so Baby Go 2, right around the corner.
Right there.
I actually got a chance to check it out.
Period.
And very versatile.
Yes.
You were giving them a lot of different vibes. Was that like the goal going into this?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely wanted to just show people like my different lanes in a very concise way that made sense. So it's like, it might start with like drill, but it ends with like an emotional song, or I might end on a whole different wave. So, but it definitely is in an order and in a selection that is like, it tells a story. Like, it'll never just take you to a random place and you just like, what's going on? Like, it's just so many different lanes of hits. So
yeah. What's the story you want this EP to tell then?
Just that young, everyday girl who's making it out. Like, that's really it. I think that the story reflects what people see, and that's why people like love and respect me, because they just see in the grind, they're seeing the hustle, and everything that I'm experiencing, and even things that they don't see, I'm talking about it, and I'm putting more context to. It's like, oh, they might have seen an Instagram post, and then in my music, I'm talking about how I felt in that picture, and it makes them connect more, because it's like we have something to hold on to, because it's like I get it now. So it's really just, it's a beautiful story, and people are definitely gonna just take away, just stay grinding, because everything that you want in life you can get. Like my first EP had no features. My second EP has one of the hottest artists in New York City, Fivio Foreign, on it.
Yep.
So it's like, and that was just in a time span of a year. Not even, it was like we made the song months ago, so I would say about like 6 months. So yeah.
Did you guys get in the studio together?
Yeah, we got in the studio in Atlanta. We did it
wow.
at BET Weekend. We linked up in the studio. He did the first with me, and he went crazy.
Yeah, the song turned out dope too.
Yeah.
You got Capella Grey on there too. How did that whole collab come about?
Just the New York City energy. I always said, me and Capella always said we wanted to work with each other. We always just thought that we were super talented. And then I finally had a record for him, so we sent it over. He got it done. I just did a record for his project too.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, like we just been like swapping ideas, swapping vibes. Like every time we've been linking so far, it's just been hits.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What can you tell us about the song How I Did It? You
How
kind
I
of switched it up on that
Yeah,
one.
How I Did It is a journey song. Like How I Did It basically just tells like what I was going through, how I got out of it, and this is where I'm at right now. Like I might not got it all together, but this is based off of what I've been through. This is how I'm feeling, and my feelings might not be all the way correct, but I'm embracing it, and I'm just learning to, I'm living to learn. So that's kind of why I wanted to wrap up the project that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of just gives it like a ending of it has to be something next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a personal favorite song on here, or one that means more to you than the others?
I definitely have I don't know, all of them, it just keeps getting greater. Like How I Did It is definitely a personal favorite. Real Love is definitely a personal favorite. I don't know, like the whole project is just super fire for different reasons, but like I would probably say those two songs I was super vulnerable on, so I kind of just hooked to them more. Yeah.
Who were some of the producers you work with on here?
I worked with a lot, from like Elvis, Beats to Adonis, Drew Oliver. Drew Oliver, he's just amazing. He did my intro, my outro. He did some background vocals on some of the intro and the outro. Like he's just a dope overall artist, you know, vocal engineer, everything. Like he's just amazing.
Yeah. July 29th, right? Let them know it's coming out.
Yeah, Baby Go 2 on the way.
Yep. So what's your thoughts on the music scene in Brooklyn right now?
It's dope. It's dope. I definitely love the energy just in Brooklyn and New York City in general, but like I love it. Like we got the wave right now. Like if you go on TikTok, everything you hear is just New York City energy, or like every meme I see nowadays, it just got something to do with New York. So I love it. I just love it, and I'm happy I'm a part of just that atmosphere and everything that's going on to like push that culture forward.
Yeah. How does it feel to be like one of the leaders of that
Yeah,
movement?
it feels cool. It really is. Like when people just like talk about New York and then, like they just like include me and stuff, I be feeling cool.
Yeah.
I do.
Now, do you receive a lot of hate online? Because I don't see much.
It's like,
get.
yes and no. Like I say no because I say no because it wouldn't make sense to say yeah, because the hate that I receive, y'all wouldn't see, because it's so minor and I don't pay attention. Like I do receive it, but the reason why you guys don't see a lot of like Young Devyn hate is because I don't entertain any of it, and that's what they want. So it's like artists, they could be so unproblematic and really might not even be in the wrong, but because they're entertaining whatever hate is coming their way, that's gonna grow the hate, or that's gonna make people know, okay, you're the go-to person to go to get upset. People can't like crack me on the internet. Like I go through real life things. I have real life everyday things that I do that I'm not on my phone 24/7. So I don't entertain anything on the internet. Like people try to diss me, troll me, you'd never see it. Like anytime you come to my page, or if you ever go to my page, it's all positive, it's all music, it's just all anything that has to do with just me.
Yeah, and it's like they just want attention.
Yeah, they just want attention, and
They're
when they
trying to see if
realize
they
you
can get a
can't get it,
reaction,
it's like they just start going away. Yeah.
Very true. What would you say has been one of the biggest sacrifices you had to make in your life for you to be successful so far?
So many things. Like I done missed out on like so many like family events. I done missed out on like I done sacrificed like my health, my mental health, like, you know, like a peace of mind. I done sacrificed I almost didn't even graduate high school because like I used to go to the studio every day and I'll be missing school, but I just always knew I don't want to sit in a classroom. Like I need to be in a studio making music, and yeah, like I was at like risk of graduating. There's so many times that I've just risked it all, but that's what it takes, and it's what makes the reward sweeter to know, like, when you get a win, it's like, y'all don't even know what I did for this, so, yeah.
No, that's dope. What's some short-term or long-term goals you have set for yourself right now?
Short-term goal, and I only say short-term because I want to speak it into existence soon. I want a gold record. I definitely think that I could accomplish that this year. I want a gold record, or get to the point of where I'm getting there. You know, I got a song on the way there. Like, I definitely think that's something I could do. And I don't really know. I never really try to set too many goals for myself, because it's like the more that you accomplish things in your life, the more your palette expands and the more your brain expands. So it's like when I was 8, my goal wasn't to be rapping. And then now that I'm rapping, who knows what my goal in 5 years is gonna be. My goal might be, I've been probably make so much money that I feel like I could go get $1 billion. So I never wanna say anything, because I never wanna cap where my life can go and where it could take me. Like, I just speak like success into my life. Yeah.
I dig that. What's some advice you would share to some upcoming artists trying to get their foot in the industry?
Just keep going. Just keep going. I had it tatted, like, just keep going. That's the only thing that you need to do, is just pray and keep going, because you could literally be stopping the day before you could have changed your whole life. Like, you just never know. Like, and that's the beauty about life, and that's just the beauty about following your dreams. It's just that you just never know. And even if you never do it, or you die doing something, at least you died chasing your dreams and doing something that you loved or had aspirations to fulfill your purpose. So just keep going.
Yeah. I like that. All right, Devyn, you got a shout out you'd like to give before you
Shout
wrap
out
it
to
up here?
Brooklyn, shout out to Trinidad. Thank you guys for supporting me. Baby Go 2 is on the way. Decisions out now, rap sheet out now. I finally made it. I'm on the porch, but I'm about to jump off the porch. And yeah.
Look, decisions. Top on, the top missing. Flex to them, one just miss them. Ayy, cooking that heat, no kitchen. Yeah. Decision.